Hi, today I wish to speak about missed opportunities or perseverance in chess or resourcefulness in chess. I mean, perseverance. I'm still here, so I'm still trying to get to grips of this game. But at the end of the day, I keep saying, and I have to live by this myself. It's hard. I keep saying, and primarily enjoy your game of chess. I'm not talking about the other part that I say, I hope your chess gets better and better no matter where it's at, because I do mean that. Mostly. Just joking. But yes, so primarily enjoy your game of chess, but it's very difficult sometimes, especially when you have a position that has occurred that you've actually done all right in, and then all of a sudden you've just dropped the ball, or even a finger drop, that excuse of a finger drop. So perseverance and preservation of one's spirit, but perseverance and resourcefulness and another word that begins with persistence. Yeah, persistence, and be like a wasp. Be like a wasp. No, that's a mosquito. But be like a wasp in chess. But sometimes your opponent's like a wasp in your position, and some of them just come right at you. And like, it's like a wasp in the car. If you get a wasp in the car, or bee even, just a bee, you're not going to sit there and go, is it a wasp or a bee? Can that keep stinging me? Or whatever. A sting's a sting, let's face it. So I don't want to have a bee or a wasp or a tarantula spider walking down my forehead or whatever. So I'm really not wanting to have that happen. So if that does happen in life, we react without thinking about it first. We don't think about it. We haven't got time to think about it. We just play a move and we go bang, and we sort of and that's what I've noticed in chess. So it's very important to enjoy your game of chess at the end of the day, but it's also difficult to stick to that kind of principle. Okay, so here we go, and this, by the way, is a position from my friend who I was playing in the Cathedral Square about 6 years ago, this position, or 5 years ago, that we had this chess position on the big board. And I think it was after our Christchurch lockdown of the square was open again after our earthquake in after our major earthquake in 22nd February 2011. So, and that was a Tuesday. So this is after the board was opened up. In this position, I have to play very carefully against my Eastern European bloc player, who is playing quite well, even though I have got knights on b3 and d3. I had to be very careful because this bishop on d4 is quite not a bad piece, if you can get what I'm saying. So anyway, on with the chess now. So I'll just get rid of this and on with the chess. Now, resourcefulness in chess. Here is a position that occurred on the 6th of May in a 3-minute and 2-second increment tournament on Lee Chess. My opponent is white and I am black. My opponent is FIDE Master with a rating of 2411, 2411. That's not bad, that's half decent. So my opponent is white, and in this game I've been on the black foot I've been on the black back foot the whole way through. Okay, so that's what I'm going to call it. That's come up, and so I believe that that's back black foot. And funny, that should ring at the same time. Funny, that should ring at the very same time. But I've just said I can't have that. Cool. So anyway, here we are. I shouldn't have done that actually, because it'll go to answer phone. So here we are. I'm in this position and it's white to move. So here we've got this position, and like already I'm still on the back foot. I'm probably losing this game because I'm a whole pawn down at least, even though this pawn is a doubled H pawn. I believe that white would stand way better. I'm just going to ask Kibitza what they think, and they give white 2.72 advantage decisive. And by the way, my opponent, in this game, post this game, this was just like he was leading this tournament, the 3-2, and then after that I hit my phone, the back button, and it turned off for the tournament, so I couldn't get back into the tournament. So, but this game I happened to win. Okay, I happened to win this position, and my opponent was quite nasty. He sent a message to me. This is a FIDE master we're talking about, and like I'm thinking, well, you know, it's just a game. Like I lose too. I lose games that I'm doing really well in. So this is this game. So here, black to move, no, white to move, because otherwise white's going to be lost position. So white played knight f5, and I went queen f5. And here's queen d2. And this is not threatening queen d8 checkmate after rook d8 and rook d8. But it could be threatening the knight. So I play king g8, wasn't it? Yep, king g8. I play king g8 now, and here comes rook h e1. Now this looks pretty primo. I can pick the pawn up again now. But also I've got to be careful of white playing bishop to e4. Okay, bishop to e4 is quite a dangerous move if my king's here. So now after this though, now white is threatening this, isn't it? If it's white to move here now. Hello, Mr. Tiger. So we're going to go new variation, okay? a6 and queen d8, rook d8, king h7. Oh, what was happening there? All right. Rook d8, king h7, bishop e4. This is still not the greatest, is it? It's not entirely great for white, as I sort of mismanaged with my analysis. The white rook cannot leave the back rank now because of the back rank threat. So if rook here, then, or rook to e5, rook here or something like that. Oh, that whistle. Is rook d1 is checkmate, of course. So we have to be very careful for white, even though it looks pretty primo, frankly. So I played knight c6, and so there's no queen d8 check. Bishop e4, and the queen drops back to f6, thereby defending this d8 square twice with the rook and with the knight and the queen. So I'm sort of wanting to play rook d8. Here comes my opponent's queen into d7, and just remember this is 2, 4, 11, okay? And he ended up with 6.8 seconds left, and I ended up in this 3-minute and 2-second game with 1.29 seconds. So 1 minute 29 seconds. Now, if white had their way, they could just play queen d8 checkmate, but they can't. So I played rook d8, and now came not queen d8, of course, because I just take back with the knight, and I'm clearly winning. So here black was met with queen b7, and here I play, I have to do something with this knight that's attacked twice. This rook's looming and threats of checkmate can occur. So I have to do something real quick, revolutionary. So I'm still not doing anything revolutionary. I'm just doing something, getting my knight out of the way. Okay, knight d4. And don't worry, I don't feel very good about this position. I don't think I'm doing very well, frankly. Here comes white's next move was... What was white's next move? c3, yeah, c3, and then is knight f5, but of course it's got to go to my square knight f5. Then we have rook d8, do we? Yep, rook d8, and of course I'd take that, queen d8. And now we have bishop c2, which is threatening rook d1, I suppose, I think. So I'm going to react to that, and I went, what did I do now? Goodness, I can't even remember. Oh yeah, this is right. Now I play here queen d2, and don't worry, I've got a top world super grandmaster game from 1980, just a position at the end, just to show you and demonstrate to you resourcefulness in chess, and never give up. Okay, so, yeah, sometimes you have to give up. So here I've just played knight f5. No, it's my move, and I play queen d2, and that attacks the rook, of course, because I see there's a wee back rank problem for white as well. So I play queen d2, and here my opponent plays a very obvious move, which is good, rook d1, and I just set pawn, pick it up, put it in my coffee cup. So I go queen f2 from William Hartston. Now my opponent plays rook d8 check, and here's where I think my opponent makes a big mistake. Now my opponent, after king h7, plays queen f7, and this is a mistake that is going to be registered on your computer as a blunder. My opponent plays queen f7, so what I do is I see a rook, pick it up, put it in my coffee cup. Queen f7, rook d8, rook takes rook. So now I'm clearly won in my opinion. Now my opponent goes queen g6 check. Okay, now I've got to see this wee little thing that is pretty simple to see. This wee tactic that everyone can see at home, it's easy to see it, is I go king g8. Okay, and this offers white the opportunity of, with little time, of queen e6 check looking quite good, after queen f5. So I go king h8, not king h7, because if king h7, then white's still in the game, but king h8, and now my opponent plays queen f5. Well, what's the driving away sacrifice for black here? Very easy to see, is rook to d1 check, and forcing bishop d1 and queen f5. And guess what? My opponent's still going, and then he's subsequently sent me a nasty sort of message. Bishop c2 and queen f1 check and queen d1 checkmate. So now I just want to show you real quickly this position that occurred between, I don't know how to say his name, but the other player, black player is here, Sussis, Lev Sussis from USSR. Okay, so here black played bishop e3, and this caused white back in 1980 to resign, but they missed something. So bishop e3 threatens, of course, rook a1 checkmate. So the opponent resigned, seeing only probably bishop d3 and run the rook away, and then it's sadly, oh, the engine's on, isn't it? So this is what the switch off engine, this is what the engine's just shown us, that here we've got this move. But this isn't necessarily the move to play here, because Goofeld gave this move, check. And now if king c3, then rook c4 check, king c4, or bishop d, if king b2 or b3, then bishop d3 and, hold on, is that alright? Bishop d, if king b3, is bishop d3 no good still though? Because of rook d2 check? Don't know. So anyway, I won't go on about this. I'll just go king c4, bishop here, and this is a draw. This is equal. But what happened? Thanks, computer. I really like that. What white should have been met with is way better. So what should white have been met with? What should have black played? There's only a couple of things on this chessboard, so it should be very, very, very easy. The move that white resigned to after bishop e3, white should not have resigned after bishop e3 because of bishop h7 threatening bishop g8 check and bishop takes rook. Now it's of course rook check, you see. So I think there was, you know, if kings, I'm just still bothered about this other move. Maybe I should just ask the engine to remind me. Rook c4. See, this is, I'm finding that that's quite, pardon me, I'm finding that that's still quite reasonable for white, black, but it is lost, of course. I mean, it's drawn, of course, because eventually, but this is quite good still for the bishop and rook, so I'm not quite sure that that's a great example of this position. So here we've got the move here that black should have played and was decisive is king c3. Okay, and that is the end of the session. So I say again, all the best with your chess, no matter where it's at and no matter where your game's at, and primarily at the end of the day, enjoy your game of chess. So that's David Weegenaar over and out. Now I better go and see what my caller wanted. Thank you. All the best. Bye. Bye for now. Stay safe. Kia kaha.